Alright guys, we are back, and I'm just here in the scouting to send the scout back out to see who's looking good this year, even though we might not have a first round pick this year. We gotta get it going right along. So WHL, doesn't look like there's anything in here. OHL, QMJHL, United States, Dell. We're looking at forwards. There's a top 10 guy, but a couple first rounders. Yeah, it doesn't look like defensemen, anybody looking really good. Yeah, it's really early to tell. And then goalies. Definitely want to see if there's going to be any good goalies this year. It doesn't even look like any good goalies once again. So we'll just take it into the Canadian leagues first. Go throughout the Canadian leagues first. So we'll take it here in the... Well, yeah, we'll start at the Canadian league and we'll work our way down. So let's start in the WHL for right now, for 6 weeks. See how that does. Actually, no. Yeah, scouting assignment. Yep. Do the Canadian leagues. We'll just go through them right there. So in the last video, guys, we took care of all of our lines. I'll show you the lines for each of both teams, AHL and NHL. Actually, I want to check the jersey numbers too, because who is McBain and McBoychuk? Yep. AHL. We have to set the captains in the AHL. So the captain on this team is definitely got to be. I'm going to give it to Johansson because he was playing up here. Alternate, give it to Ikonen. And I have to give it to Keegan Lowe back there because he's actually no, Gustafson. Give it to Gustafson. Actually, I'm going to give Gustafson the captain mark. So give Gustafson the captain mark. Ikonen could be an alternate, and yeah, Fedorov too. That's fine. Whatever. Not that it really matters anything whatsoever, but so if we take a look at our, well, actually, instead edit it, I can view it. It'll be much easier. So this is our offense for the NHL. So we stuck with pretty much the exact same lineup as last year, except our fourth line is now a lot better. So we have Ryan Callahan, Giroux, and Voracek, keeping those guys together. That second line they did not want to touch because those guys had an amazing first playoff run and an amazing season together, so I didn't want to touch them. Third line, same, once again with Couturier. Shen moves down a line, so it's now Couturier, Shen, and Galchenyuk. And fourth line now, the better fourth line with Christensen, Salainen, and Eric Weltwood. And on defense, here's going to be the major question point of this entire season. Will Shea Theodore pull his weight? I don't know, but we're going to have to see. So it's still Mazzaros and McBain, Coburn and Luke Shen, and Joseph Morrow, who got a lot better, and Shea Theodore. Power play looks like that. Voracek, Giroux, and Ennis with Skinner, Shen, and Simmons, with McBain, Mazzaros, Morrow, Theodore. We're putting Theodore on the power play too, so that's going to be a big thing there. Four-man power play, same thing. Penalty kill. Now, the penalty kill is really going to be a question mark this season because we have so many good players on our third and fourth lines, actually even our second, third, and fourth lines, who have really good defensive categories. So we're probably going to be switching throughout the entire season. But for right now, I left it with Callahan and Simmons with Salainen, with Coburn and McBain, and then Salainen and Christensen with Mazzaros and Luke Shen. And then three-man power play, just different combinations of those guys. And then the 4-on-4s. And we still have Brisennet with Nico Hovinen backing them up. And then there's our shootouts. And then the AHL, we just basically have the draft pick guys playing up there. So we have Ikonen, Bork, and Cousins, Fedorov, Raskin, Johansson, and Smoskowitz playing down there because those guys are the basic guys we need playing. And then in defense, we have Keegan Lowe and Matthew Dumba with Brandon Manning and Gustafson playing as well. And in net, we also have Risco playing because we want him to get as many games as possible. So injuries are off, but I do want to just check that real quick. I believe they are off. Injuries are off. Yep. Okay, so let's get rolling with this. Get through the preseason here. We'll just go up to the preseason. A lot of layoff time right there. It's going to be an interesting season. Very, very interesting season. Who knows how good or bad we're going to be. Definitely might be another one of those games where we just have to wait until the trade deadline comes up, see how we do. But we'll have to see. It's like I said, it's just going to be a very, very interesting season. Still, that hole in the defense is going to be really, really weird playing. I figured I wouldn't expect us a bit too. I expected you to make the conference finals. Okay, yeah, we kind of screwed ourselves over from winning the Stanley Cup this year, but who knows? We can maybe contend for it again. It'll be interesting. Very, very interesting. Seeds must be salary cap compliant to start the season. I believe we are salary cap compliant. Pretty sure we are. Waivers will be in effect starting October 1st. All 1-way contracts will be declared. Okay, so we got 2-2 in the preseason. Like I said, but preseason really doesn't matter all that much. Yeah, that's got. Get these going. Okay, so there we go. First start of the season. So here we go. We're going to take it to. Let's go up to the first month. I usually do the first 2 months, but I would definitely want to see how the first month goes through with this team. So let's see. Here we go. First month of the season, definitely going to be an interesting year this year with the offense, and we start out with 5-2 loss against the Jersey Devils, but come right back with a win. So Briz is definitely going to have to show himself this year because it's definitely going to be a year where we might have to consider going to a new goalie or not. Because, I don't know, Briz just lets in, I think, too many goals. And I think our defense is good enough, but it may be just Briz. Just the fact that he lets in so many goals, and now we're not really having off to a very hot season. It will be a good year for rookies for the draft class. Okay. We already sent our scout out, so we're fine with that. He gets a shutout there. That's good. We definitely need to start looking into a good goalie. Now, we do have... Oh, my God, the Rangers haven't even won a game yet. They're not going to... And there we go. We give them their first win. Yeah. So, not getting out to a very good start of the season. Most definitely not a good start of the season. I mean, we're 500. I mean, that's good. Oh, we got the Sharks coming up here. Okay, so scout's done already. That's good. Let's check out the goalies. There's this 3-star guy in the Dell League. Oops, went the other way. Man, it doesn't look like there's any good goalies this year, man. There's no good goalies like being drafted this year. Man, dude, really, that's really bad. So the forwards, okay, so the OHL, QMJHL, forwards in the United States, there's a couple lots of second-round guys in there. Any top 10 guys yet? Might be too early to tell. So we started in the WHL, moved to the UHL. Let's go in the United States because there's a lot of guys in here. So let's go for 6 weeks in the United States for forwards. And keep going up to here. So we're 5-4-1 or 5-5, staying at 500 right now. But we definitely need to pick our game up, our offense up. So Sharks are still continuing their dominance, but we still managed to beat them. They scored 2 goals this time. Too bad they couldn't do that in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But hey, what are you gonna do? Our defense stepped it up there at the end. So it looks like we're like winning one, losing one at this rate right now. Okay, so there's the first month over. It's not a bad start. 8-5-1. Could be a little bit better. But so 8-5-1. So let's check out where we are right now. Like I said, this is only the beginning of the season. So we're second in the East. We have 17 points. So we do have the most points for right now. The Rangers don't look like they're going to be a good team at all. So we may want to try to get some trades done with them. But we'll have to see with that. So let's see. Goals and assists. Anybody up there? No assists. Anybody up there? No. Giroux's tied with Datsuk for 9 points. So Giroux's leading the league again in points for right now with Stamkos, Sedin, and Crosby. And Briz is obviously winning and wins. Save percentage. Nope. Obviously, he's not going to be up there. Okay, so let's take a look at our stats are for the first month of the season. Like I said, I'm going to let it go for the first month, but then after the second month, we got to make some changes. See how we're doing for right now for the first month. As soon as the stats loads. Okay, so, oh, whoops. Didn't want to go to that. I wanted to go to team standings. Not that I don't want to look at that, but, okay, so goals for per game, 3.21. So we're scoring goals. Definitely scoring goals this year. So yeah, that's exactly where I want to be. Hovering around 3 is very good. So that's really where I want us to be with goals scored. So I have no problem with the goals for. Goals against, 2.86. Yeah, so we're letting in way too many goals, almost 3 goals per game. It's probably the defense spot lacking in there, but I'll give it a chance to come back because they stepped their game up near the end there, so I'll give them a chance to step their game back up in there. Power play, 24%. You wanted it to hover around 25, so I'm happy with that. The power play is doing good. And if we take a look at the penalty kill is at 80.4. So obviously, you know where our problems are. Offense is not the problem; it's defense. It's the defense is definitely the problem with this team, and definitely goaltending. So we know it's at least I know what the problem with this team is. I'm doing my best to like try to get these defense, but I need to give them a chance to Theodore and Dumba to hopefully get really good this year. So we're gonna go through the second month of the season, see how we are from there, and then we'll make some changes. Make some changes to see how we do. So get through these first couple months here. So big game against the Penguins here. And we get a 2-0 win there. Another shutout for Briz. Very nice. It's just like we need that other defense, but I want these rookies to play. I want them to get as good as they possibly can. But then again, I still want to make the playoffs. Once again, but I don't know. We're losing a bunch of games now. Losing a lot of games. Another big loss there. We may be a 500 team this year. I don't know. It's just that big spot on defense. We want to give Shea Theodore that chance, but this defense definitely needs to step up. Most definitely with McBain, Mazzaros. If we had enough cap space, I mean, we definitely could have signed the people, but Claude Giroux definitely screwed us over there, wanting so much money. He wanted $11 million. That was just a ridiculous amount of money. But we got a good win streak going here. 3 wins right here. 3 wins and a loss. That's a good thing to keep in mind here. LA's not a good team. We should beat them. Can't beat these sucky teams, man. Definitely need to beat these sucky teams, man. We're just not beating these bad teams. When teams are bad, we're supposed to be beating them. And dude, we're just not winning. Win 3, lose 3. 3 games in a row here. Win there against the Islanders. Another one coming up here. Another win against the Islanders. Good. Got a little Canadian trip here. Another loss. Seemed to like win 1, lose. It's just win 1, lose 1. Win 1, lose 1. Another shutout for Briz. Another game against Ottawa. Another good win there. So 16, 11, and 2. Calgary, wow, Calgary's a really good team this year. 1-0 win there, okay. Now December 1st, 19 did not receive qualifying off their team. Yes, we know that, and there we go. Okay, so after 2 months now, we are 17, 11, and 2. So it's not bad, but it's definitely our defense is pretty much good. We're the top seed in the East, surprisingly, with 36 points. But then again, like I said, it's still kind of early. We are leading the East in points. So let's check out this out. Goals. Giroux's up there with 15 assists. Giroux's up there with 22. Anybody else? No, it's just basically going to be Giroux getting most of the points on this team anyway. Points, yep, he's up there. He's leading Datsuk by a lot. So I think Giroux's up to a really good start of the season once again. Briz is up there with wins. Yeah, that's expected. Who's that Sadikov guy for Edmonton? Save percentage, nope. Don't expect Briz to be up there for save percentage. We need a good goalie, man. That's what I'm saying. We definitely need to find a good goalie. So let's take a look at stats, take a look at the team standings, see what we need to do. Okay? And then we'll look at player stats and we'll call it again. So goals for per game, it dropped a little bit, but it's still up at 3.08. 0.3, oh my god. 3.03. So it's up above 3. That's where I want to be. Jersey's leading the league, and then Calgary too, with Winnipeg. But we're scoring goals, so I have no problem with our offense. Goals against. Okay, it went down. Went down maybe like a 10 or something like that, but it's still very high for me, 2.77. So defense and goaltending. It's probably just goaltending that's our problem. I really do not have much faith in Briz anymore whatsoever. I mean, he's a good goalie, but it's just too much for him. to handle. Power play, oh yeah, the power play dropped really bad too, so we may have to edit the power play a little bit, but I think it probably just dropped there a lot. It dropped a lot. And the penalty kill, but the penalty kill went up, so it's now at 82.4. So the power play dropped, but the penalty kill went up. So we'll have to investigate that. So we'll take a look at the team standings, see who's doing good right now. See if we may have to call up anybody or whatnot. So let's take a look at the forwards. So Giroux once again is having an amazing start of the season. Again, 15 goals, 22 assists, 37 points, over a point a game player. Very good for you. Wayne Simmonds doing work on the power plays and penalty kills. He's playing on pretty much every line, so he's getting really good. 27 points at 30 games on the second line. Very good for Wayne Simmonds. BOJoeKO with 25 points as well. Could be getting a little bit more, but he should be hovering around 30, so that's fine. Tyler Ennis, getting pretty good points there on the second line as well. Callahan, good amount of points on the first line. Jeff Skinner's kind of trailing off a little bit on that second line. Only 17 points at 30 games. Braden Shen has 11. Galchenyuk has 9. Christensen actually has a lot on that fourth line, too. He has 8 points on the fourth line. Eric Wellwood, same thing with 8. Tommy Selena with 6. And then Sean Couturier with 4. So Sean Couturier's not really scoring that many points. He's more of the defensive player, but some of the fourth line guys actually have a lot more points than him. And we take a look at the defensemen. Jamie McBain's having a pretty good start of the season as well. 21 points at 30 games. Mazzaros, not going to have that amazing season we had this year, but Jamie McBain is definitely picking him up. Morrow's having good, and then Theodore, obviously, not getting that many points, but we want him to play to get the experience. So Luke Shen has 5. And now here's the big question. Yeah. 2.56 goals against average for Briz. 91.73 save percentage. 4 shutouts, but yeah. We may have found our problem. And it lies right in here with goaltending. Like I said, his stats say he's a good player for goalie, but I don't know. It's just the Briz. It's the Brizgalov name that I think just kills us on goaltending. So we're going to have to maybe make some adjustments. We'll see what we can do. Keep going out. Keep simulating for the next couple things. But we are doing good. We're leading the East. So, but like I said, we're leading the East. So why change something when we're doing fine? But we're not leading the East by much. Only by a couple points. But we will have to see. So in the next video, guys, we'll try and maybe make some line adjustments, minor line adjustments, and we will take it from there. So we will see you then.